What up, G? This is Stone Park Hustle Gaming coming at you with some news from Meet Your Maker. Now, we just received a major update for the game, but before I get into that, I would like to briefly mention the Iron Claw Trap mod that we got last week, which is the first mod in a series of drip feed for May. Now, that was listed in the roadmap in the previous update video. Now, this new mod allows us to basically reel in someone and drop them into a pit, presumably something like a cube. Maybe it'll save you a little bit of points here and there. You could just add the mod and add a cube, and instead of a spike trap, probably save you 20 points or so. And since it's still pretty new, I'm sure players are still finding all sorts of crafty ways to test it out. Now, to get into the heart of the matter here, we have our update 1.2.0, which fixes a lot of bugs and gives us a little bit of a quality of life update. And the main thing that people are focused on is the traps being able to detect players through corrosive cubes. Now, I know a lot of bases have been built off of this design, and some players may even think it was a feature that was supposed to be in the game. I personally did not know that it was a bug and thought it was a feature of the game, and built a couple bases off of that design. So love it or hate it, I know a lot of players out there use that particular style. They're going to have to rework some of their current bases and maybe even rethink their future bases. Now, the next thing that we're going to be covering is the Harvester will no longer be killed on spawn by a Death Piston. Now, I know there are a few players out there that like to pull a dirty little trick where they kill the Harvester on spawn with a Death Piston, and they've built themselves a nice little maze inside of their base where it makes it a little bit more difficult for the player to traverse, because there will be no way to follow a Harvester because it keeps getting killed as soon as the match starts. The next thing that we see here is a issue with players that are joining in a co-op raid not being able to switch their slot 2 and 3 in their biolinks, and that seems to be fixed. Now, on to the next thing here, and I know a lot of players, including myself, are experiencing this problem. There's been a rebalancing to the outpost prestige requirements and the points, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of testing of that myself to see exactly where the line falls. Now, another important thing that was mentioned here that I have personally witnessed in cooperating with another player: receiving negative rank points. Now, I personally was not the player receiving negative rank points, but the player that I was with, it seemed every single match, no matter how well that they did, no matter if they did better than I did score-wise, they would always receive a negative score when it comes to their rank. Now, it seems that issue has been taken care of. Now, if you want to go over the full list of patch notes yourself, there is a link right here, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the description below. Now, let's go ahead and get on to the next bit of news. So it looks like we have the ranked rewards and system update, where we have Season 0 rank rewards introduced, and apparently is a pretty significant update. We have the bronze, silver, gold, and master decals as rewards, as well as anyone silver and above will get a skin for the Fury's Edge weapon, and anyone gold and above will get a skin for Ironside, the Custodian. And here they're also mentioning the fact that they removed the instances that players were receiving negative points in the ranking system. And there's also a link down below with a blog post listing some of the ranking rewards, which I'll also leave in the details down below. Now, before we wrap up the video, something I'd like to mention real quick that wasn't mentioned in the brief summary of the patch notes is the fact that we got a new icon for the app. Seems to be an icon of the Harvester, which, hey, gives it a little bit more character. Well, that's going to wrap up the video for today. If you like it, give us a like. If not, go ahead and dislike. And if you find yourself coming back for some more, maybe hit that subscribe button. And until next time, this is Stonewood Park Hustle Gaming. Keep up the hustle.